We well, Glasgow? Alright. It's generally, I know I said it before, but generally, thank you very much indeed for coming out. It's weird doing the show because I've done it obviously in Edinburgh. We're at the Fringe for the month. That's a horrible place to be for a month in Edinburgh. So it's nice to be back in Glasgow where you can get a laugh, do you mean, for over the course of an hour. But it's generally nice to be in, and honestly, thank you very much, Steve, for coming out and to see the show. This is the bit I find weird as the start because this is me, my work. This is it. I mean, you don't just come out and start. You guys maybe go in on Monday morning, maybe cut a tea, poke your arse for 10 minutes. I don't know what he's doing. But this is it. I always find starting is strange because audiences still amaze me, right? I've been doing stand-up for about 6 years now, and it still amazes me that people are freaked out a wee bit by this, right? Because the thought of public speaking for most people terrifies them, right? And audiences, sometimes they come up to you after gig and go, it's very brave what you do. Oh, very, very brave. When you do with the words to the, very. And you go, it's not brave. I think you guys are brave. Normal, like civilians, normal people. To me, you're brave. You go to a job 5 days a week that you hate, and you don't kill yourself. That's brave. Some of you will even sleep next to somebody you hate and you don't kill them either. That's brave. This is just talking. It's just words, stories, laughter, spending some time with people. That's all it is. And for whatever reason, I've got a switch that's out or a wire that's no crossed. That means, you know, I find it easy to talk on stage. Off stage, I'm like, I don't like that. That's weird. You could go, hello, but it's when I first did a show. This is my debut show, Life After Death, first ever show, and you don't really know where to start as a comic. You've got two paths that most comedians take. They will either take a mix of all the material they've done over a collective number of years, get it into an hour, and they put that out, or you will try and do, don't want to say a theme show, but you'll try and pick something, talk about it, and let that be your debut hour. And I thought the best place to start for me is probably the beginning and why I started doing stand-up, because some people do think it's a strange job to do. And when I told people why I started, or the reason why I got into comedy, they thought it was a little bit different. And that's what we decided to do. That's what the show's about. It's about how I started in comedy. It goes back to 2009. And at the time, one of my best friends decided that he could no longer make decisions for himself, so he got married. And we're 24, right? That's young to get married. Nowadays, that's young, right? I mean, he was slow, Robert, he probably needed a social worker more than a wife, really, but he thought, fuck it, we're getting married right now. Again, at that age, you never think you're going to get a stag do in your 20s. Now, as sad as it is, right, for men, a stag do is a big thing for us, right? In the old days, you'd go into the hills, you'd kill a stag, you wouldn't pump it, you'd kill it. Or maybe you would fuck it, I don't know. Maybe that's the ultimate, you kill a deer, you fuck a dead deer, and then your family eats it. They don't know, it's very, very tender. What is that? Don't ask what's in the thing. Just, maybe, who knows? Anyway. But nowadays, stag do's a big thing, right? And at 24, you thought, fucking hell, man. There was a lot of pressure on us. You need to get your first one right, because that's the benchmark for future stag do's. His brother, the groom's brother, was put in charge of organising the trip. We offered our input, but we all worked full time back then, right? And his brother was in heroin, so he had a lot of spare time on his hands. He stole a few things. He wanted to prove to the family, I can do this, honestly, just trust me, please. I'll give you a good send-off, Robert. We're over here. I'll give you a good send-off, mate. So I've never taken heroin. I imagine it's delicious, right? Maybe for a weekend, maybe you go away and get a caravan or line a skip or something. I don't know, but function, maybe not the best. He's got on Google, right? He's got that much, right? One search is what we've got. I don't know what he typed in. I don't know if he just hit his dick off the keyboard. I don't know what he done. But we are now going to Blackpool, right? That is the extent of the work that he's put. Nobody goes to Blackpool for any reason other than maybe to get rid of your granny or something like that. There's not just keep walking in the sea here. Just keep walking. Just go on North Pier. Just keep walking, Gran. Just go up to your nose. Keep walking into the sea. Just keep walking. No for a stag do, man. 12 of us leaving for Glasgow, going on this stag, right? And we got a minibus. Now, you're assigned a driver. I never picked a driver, I had no input in the driver. You don't get an option, there's no drop-down menu. You are assigned a driver, right? And he's not the driver I would have picked, if I'm being honest with you. His name was Bob, and he was 72 years of age. I'm going to say that again for you. He was 72 years of age. Driving a fucking minibus. It's an image of how bad this country is. A man at 72 is still working, let alone driving a fucking minibus. And he looked like Mr. Magoo, right, which freaked me out. They all thought that was hilarious. I'm going, this isn't funny. Magoo is driving us to our death here. That'll be a good laugh. He's not a good laugh. You need rules, right? You need rules in place for a stag do. And you want to remember it as much as you can, right? You know it's going to be messy, but you want to remember it, so we thought we need rules in place, right? Only red wine at Carlisle. That seems like a good rule. Keep it classy till we've crossed the border, right? Red wine at Carlisle. Now we thought Blackpool, what, 3.5 hours? And a minibus, 3:40 maybe, right? We didn't realise we're getting 72-year-old Magoo driving us. He's stopping for a piss every 45 minutes. Every 40 he's putting in, I've got to go to the toilet, boys. What the fuck is happening, Magoo? I've got to empty the bag, I've only got a wee bag, it's 450ml. I've got to empty this bag. If it gets in my stomach, it turns septic. I'm sorry, but I've got to empty the bag, boys. Get a quick smoke, empty this bag, alright, boys? We hadn't factored Magoo piss stops into this point, right? We thought we were flying to Blackpool. By the time we got to Carlisle, we're cunted, we're in a hell of a mess. 16 bottles of red wine are gone at this point. I couldn't smell colours anymore, we're in a hell of a state. I kind of woke up when we got into Blackpool. I remember Magoo banking this corner, right, far too quickly. On a big straight road, right, and Magoo saying, this is us here, this is the road, right, he's looking out for the hotel. Now, Junkie Steve, right, he got to the front of the bus to address the union, right, and I thought we were getting like a pep talk or something. I thought, oh, this will be good, here we go. He says, boys, ho, 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 there's something you need to know about the hotel. We're staying in a gay hotel. A what? A gay hotel? What the fuck is a gay hotel? It's a hotel run by two old gay guys. So it's just a hotel then? Aye, but so you know for checking. What the fuck happens in this hotel that's different from any other hotel? Have I got to shit in a coffee table or something? Is there a glory hole? What is going on here? We turned up. It's a normal hotel. Two old guys in their 60s, leather waistcoats and caps. They dressed up. It felt classy. Showed us to the room. Right, it's just a fucking hotel. We went in. I remember he said, you've got adult bunk beds. I went, what the fuck is adult bunk beds? He says, it's 2 rooms above each other. I thought, that's a bit weird, mate. Just say you've got 1 room above each other. What the fuck is... Opened the door. Now, there's a problem with men, right, as a group. And I think it's why we've not developed as a species. Because we constantly look for the weakest in our group. And then we destroy them. Instead of finding out our fellow brothers what they're afraid of or worried, and we try and coax them through. No. We find their weakness and we destroy it, right? So you never show yourself to a group of lads, right? If you're 2 or 3, you can maybe go, boys, listen, that was really sad yesterday. And you can talk about it. More than 6, keep that locked inside. You've never had a group of boys in a Witherspoons, 18, I'm going, lads, let's just talk about what scares us for 5 minutes. I beg your pardon. I've walked in this room, right, and I have stayed in some horrible places in my life, but I have never seen a room like this in my life. And I can't turn to the boys and admit defeat here, because they'd call me names, right? They'd stick wings on me, a wee tiara. I'd never get rid of it, right? I'd gone in, right, there's a hole in the roof, and not a hole that something used to be there, like it was a chimney or a flue or something. It's just a hole in the roof. There's sand banked up a bay window, right? We're 2 miles from the beach. What the fuck is the sand doing there? That's whole. I'm watching them walk about upstairs as well. I'm like, mate, I can't stay here. I'm not a diva. There's a fucking hole in the roof. I can't stay. What? £4 a night. £4 a night. No, this'll do. No. Mate, this'll, much for a fortnight. £4, how did he keep the costume? This'll. £4. See, by the time you've had another drink, you don't care about the hole. The hole's part of the experience. We're passing cans through the hole with each other. So I'm going, why has every house not got a fucking hole in this roof? This is brilliant. Now we were steaming, right? We were drunk, man, right? And the worst thing about being really drunk is when you're told you've still got an 8-hour session ahead of you, right? The best time to be drunk is fucked at like 3:30 in the morning with a kebab going, I've won this night. The stars have aligned. I've timed this perfect. But being horribly drunk at 4 in the afternoon, oh no. So we've had a lie down, right, to try and kind of recharge the batteries a wee bit. And somebody's obviously farted, right? And maybe it was a wee high-pitched squeak, maybe it sounded like can, I don't know, but a can has come through the roof unannounced. Now, if you've been with your partner long enough, maybe you're sitting watching the TV on a Saturday night, right? Maybe you let out a wee squeaky fart, and then your missus goes, I don't want tea. What? Your ears can play tricks on you. So somebody from upstairs obviously thought we shouted, can. A can has come through, right? We're in our bed like, no! The can lands in the sand. The sand's there to catch stray cans, that's what the sand's for. These old gay guys have fucking thought of everything. We got ourselves squared up, right? We went out, and because we're on a stag weekend, we're legally obliged to attend a strip club for more than 90 minutes, so we've gone in. I was sent first to speak to the head strip, the big bummer, the gaff, I don't know what she's called, the heat one. I've gone in to let her know there's 12 Glaswegians in an establishment in case she qualifies for an arts grant or something from the local council. And the thing is, strip clubs are strange, right? Because women think it's seedy. It's terrifying. It's terrifying. Men don't want to admit it. You want to think we go in there and it's all like, hey, fucking let it rain. It's when you sit and go, oh no. Oh no. And you've never got the confidence to ask the main one, do you still dance? Are you still on the tools, hen? Are you still? That's the one you want. I mean, the stocky one that works the bar. You still on the tools, hen? You still on the tools? She says, boys, enjoy yourself. It's £20 a dance, no touching. I says, £20 a dance. What'd you get for £100? 5 dances. Touché. We enjoyed ourselves, right? There was nothing. We like to pretend, boys, lads, like to pretend it's all woohoo, right? It's no, I don't have crazy friends, right? We're quite placid. Once I get a French martini in me, I get a wee bit camp, start touching. So it takes a different person out, right? You see, you ask for a French martini, don't get him a French martini. We went to the strip club, we went to a bar, we went to a nightclub. Nothing major happened, right? Nothing major. We drank, we partied, that was it. We got back to the hotel about 5 in the morning. We got up, Magoo was there to meet us. He had a smile on his face. I don't know if he got a bigger bag. I don't know what was going on. He fired home. 2 stops, man. 1 went out the window. He wasn't caring. We got back into Glasgow Sunday afternoon, right? Late Sunday afternoon, early evening. And I was bust, right? I was bust. And I had the next day off work. I had Monday booked off work, so I thought I'm going to go to bed early. I'll go up and enjoy my day off, right? And I remember going to bed on Sunday night, and I had no way of knowing my life was going to change forever the next day. No way of knowing. No idea what's around the corner. None of us do. That's what makes life terrifying sometimes, or exciting, depending on what your outlook in life is. But I had no way of knowing that the next day my life would change forever. I got up on Monday, I remember I coming through to my living room, I turned the television on, right, and Homes Under the Hammer is just starting. And I thought, what a perfect start to a perfect day. I'm going to enjoy Homes Under the Hammer. I'm going to sit here on my day off. This is bliss. And then like a light switch, right? Like a switch going off. I felt this pain in my head, and I never felt pain like it, right at the front of my head. And I thought then I was having a migraine, because I don't suffer from migraines, right? I never have. I've never had a migraine. If you know someone who does, they will try and make you believe it's the most painful experience of their life, right? They'll try and make you believe it's worse than childbirth, right? We know it's just a headache. We know that. But if you say that to them, they get, oh, you've no idea, Margaret, you've no idea. This is debilitating. It's debilitating. I sense them coming, hen. I sense them coming. I'm like, see a week on Tuesday, I'm going to have a migraine, I'm telling you. I thought to myself, right, I'm a man. Man I am, right? Every man in this room knows that we have a very particular set of skills deep inside of us, passed down father to son through the ages, from Viking through to us now. We all know that, right? We know that we have skills we can apply to a number of situations, first aid being one of them. Every man in this room knows the 3 steps to first aid. Regardless of your illness or injury, 3 steps to first aid that will cure anything. Pint of water. Lie down. Wanker a jobby. Now, if none of those things cure you, you're dead in 48 hours, right? You can have bullet holes to the leg, we're going to have to amputate. Doctor, I'm going home for a lie down and a shite. I'm going to be fine. Leave me be. I remember drinking a pint of water thinking, I'm hungover, I'm dehydrated, this will square me up. I drank that, nothing, never made a dent on me, right? And I thought, I have never had a migraine. I don't really know what to do. I need to phone the experts. NHS 24, right? Admit defeat, go straight to the experts. NHS 24. Now, I don't like confrontation, right? That might be hard for some of you to take with this frame, but I don't like confrontation. I go a long way to keep things funny and light and try and avoid difficult situations. The woman picked up the phone, NHS 24. Oh, stop it there, sweetheart. Stop it there. The big man's having a migraine. I've drank a pint of water. I was in Blackpool, £20 taxis. So I think I'm dying. Go straight to stage 2. Go to stage 2. Turn the book. Should I write a will? Phone the co-op. What's happening here? Then they ask you questions, right? They've got to establish what's going on. If you've taken something you shouldn't have taken, that kind of thing, right? And I'm telling her, I'm talking to her. I'm telling her what happened in Blackpool. I'm telling her about Magoo. I'm telling her about the hole in the... I'm telling her everything. And you get to a certain age in your life, right, where you've had enough conversations and you are conscious when someone's not listening to you. And I thought she wasn't listening to me. I thought she's drifting in and out, and the reality is it's me that's drifting out of the conversation. Because I think I'm talking normal to her, right? What's actually happened is my voice and my speech is slurred, and I don't even recognise it. She shouted over the top of me, right? I remember her shouting, Mr. Gibson, and it sounded like it was coming from a tunnel. That's the only way I can describe it. Like it was coming from far away, and it was rushing down, and it almost broke my reality as it smashed in. Her voice shouted at me. Because what she was saying was, Mr. Gibson, please sit down, please sit down. Because I'm talking to her what I think is normal. Manner monologue's working fine. But it's coming out like, we got this guy in a minibus. I mean, he was 72-year-old. He looked like Mr. Magoo. I was terrified. We went to Blackpool with £20 dancing, and I said to him, what do you get for £100? He said, 5 dancing. I said, fucking give that for that. I said, are you still on the tools, or do you just work behind the bar? What do you do? She says to me, Mr. Gibson, please sit down. I think you're having a stroke. Now, as soon as she said the word stroke, again, as if she's sitting at her end, pushing a switch, as soon as she said the word stroke, I had this intense pain in my left palm, right in the centre of my left hand. And I remember staring at it, right? And my little finger went hard, solid like concrete, and it passed all the way along my hand to my thumb. And when it got to my thumb, the same sensation started in the left-hand side of my head, and it passed all the way down my left side to my foot. And as soon as it got to my foot, it passed again, right? This sensation passed. Now, it took 90 seconds, if that. Long enough for me to realise what's going on here, but no long enough to articulate to her that something was happening. Because as soon as this passed, I got the movement back. I still had pain in my jaw, but I had the movement back in my hand. And she said, Mr. Gibson, we're sending an ambulance. An ambulance is on its way. I went, don't send an ambulance. I've got a day off, man. Don't ruin my day off. Just cancel it. There's 40 minutes left of Homes Under a Hammer. Don't send an ambulance. Ambulance is on its way, right? You've got to open your front door and then take a seat. Now, I don't know if there's any medical staff in tonight, but I love ambulance people. They're my favourite. Of all medical staff, ambulance crew are my favourite, right? Because they're scum, right? They're scum. They're like us. Normal people. Educated Neds, right? That's what they are. Scum. I imagine they must turn up at a hospital day one after doing all their training. How you doing, mate? I'm here to fix dead cunts. Whoa! Not with that mouth. You're driving an ambulance, son. Away you go. No, none of that in here. An ambulance for you. Always a wee fat one, a big tall one. Always. Every ambulance in the country, one wee fat one, one big tall one. They never let two fatties work together. I don't know why that is. I think the tall one drives, wee fat one's in the back. Good low centre of gravity. We're going in a corner, Stevie. I'm fucking going nowhere, mate. I'm going nowhere. I'm going nowhere. Your papa's dead. Your papa's dead. I'm not a medical worker. He's blue, he's a smurf. He's dead. Let him go. Let him go. Are you selling these slippers? He doesn't need them. Are you selling these slippers? They have arrived at my front door. I was one up and a close, right? I stayed in Shawlands on the south side of Glasgow. He hasn't even pressed my buzzer. Came up one level. He put his head in the door and said, "Any cunt needing help up there?" Any cunt needing help up there? I mean, there's levels of customer service that you expect. I could be up there turning to jelly or something. Any cunt needing help up there? And I shouted, "I don't know!" I was like, "We better go up, Stevie, we better go up now." He came in, right? Wee fat one. Fucking green Challenge Annika jumpsuit stretched right out, man. Big tall one behind him. I thought, oh, I feel better. "What's the problem, big man?" I says, "Mate, I'll stop you there. I was in Blackpool. Say no more. Let's pack his stuff up. He's fucked. Let's go." He says, "Look, while we're here, let's do some tests." I thought, fine. He pricked my finger, a wee bit of blood, put in some paper. He put the paper into the machine, and then I says, "Now what?" And he went, "I don't know." What? I'm going to be honest with you, mate, right? 90% of our call-outs are dead pensioners, all right? We usually turn up, stick the body in a bag, steal an ornament and get back in the van, right? I used to run a burger van. He's a plumber. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. We usually turn up, do the finger thing, go, "Oh no, that doesn't look good," and take you to hospital. That's what we do. And when we get there, if you get kept in, they radio us to say you're kept in, and we come back and rob your house. So let's go. And I said to him, medically trained professional telling me to go to hospital. And I says, "Do you know what, mate? I'm okay. I think I'm hungover." I was feeling tired, right? I remember feeling really, really tired. And I says to the guy, "I'm going to sleep it off. I'm going to have a lie down. I've got a day off work. I'm going to have a wee rest. I'll be fine." And they make you sign a form, right? To say that you've basically refused further treatment, or that you're a Jehovah's Witness, right? So you sign a form, and then they fuck off. And I remember standing in my wee bay window, watching the ambulance drive away, and I went back to my bed, right, and I was trying to remember the times for writing this, because Homes Under the Hammer just finished, raging, right? It's about 11:15, and I went to my bed, so it's about 11:15 on Monday morning, and I slept about 3:30, right, on Wednesday afternoon. Now, if you'd slept for a whole day, without moving, without stirring, you might panic. When I woke up Wednesday afternoon, I just thought, oh, I must have needed that. You know that way you're just tired and you think, I must have needed a good 36 hours sleep. Without moving, possibly dying in a coma in my own bed. Just a good solid 36 hours sleep. And I still had this terrible headache, right? I thought, this is the world's worst migraine. I had a second pint of water. I thought, 2 pints a week. Somebody should phone Guinness World Records. This could be a new attempt here. Went back to bed and I did the exact same thing again. I slept through all day Thursday. I woke up Friday morning early, about 7 o'clock, and I woke up in a panic, right? Because Friday was different. I remember waking up and I was on top of my covers, on top of my duvet, and I freaked out because I remember going to sleep under my covers, right? But don't ever remember waking up. And I thought, a giant's been in my room. He's trying to steal me, but he's been startled and he's had to run out and he's just left me. But I was soaking wet, right, and I had sick all down one side. Now, if you live yourself, if you don't live with your parents, right, and you wake up covered in sick, you think, oh, I need to move house. I can't deal with that. I can't. If we get house insurance, just torch the place. I can't look at it. I remember getting up for bed, right, and walking through it. We had a big hallway, right, and my flatmate Gail was across the hall in her room. And I remember getting up, and I've worn glasses for a long time, right? And if you wear glasses or even contact lenses, occasionally your eyes will play tricks on you, right? Anyone who's worn glasses has done it at one point. You've fallen asleep with your specs on, you wake up, and for a split second, you think you can see again, right? We've all done it. You wake up and go, oh my God, my eyes are fixed. I knew this would happen. Fuck! We've all done it. But my eyes take some time to wake up in the morning, right? Old lefty's fine, he fires straight away, but the wee right one kind of takes its time to kind of get warmed up. And this morning I just thought that's what was happening. I thought my eyes were just taking some time to get warmed up. And I'm in the hall, Gail came out, and Gail's like a sister to me, right? We've known each other for years, and she's an amazing woman, and she loves me, and I love her. And she says to me, you look fucking terrible. I says, thank you. I feel terrible. I says, if I'm being honest, I think I'm blind in one eye. What? I can't see it in my right eye. I think I'm blind in my right eye. And you need to take me to the hospital. And she went, right, wait there. And because she loves me, like a sister, she left me in that hall for 42 minutes. Till she get tarted up in case there's a single doctor going to this hospital. I'm standing in my hall, turning to jelly, right? She's coming out, what do you think of this? I'm going, I can't see it, Gail! I can smell toast, are you making toast? What's happening here? So we did in the hospital, right? I've got in, now, if you work in a hospital, it's a calling in life. And I don't just mean nurses, doctors, surgeons, I mean anything, cleaner, anything at all. It's a calling in life because you give so much of your own life to your job. And you don't get the respect back that you should. But you need to have a shield. You need to have something to disconnect from it because you are directly or indirectly surrounded by death every day. And if you personalise everyone you come into contact with, it would destroy you. So you need to have some form of mechanism that you know it's a job, right? But there is no one on this planet who is more cold, dead behind the eyes than the bastards who work in accident emergency. No one. The women behind that Perspex box, there's a special place in hell for these people. You could walk up to any A&E in this country, right? You could have arrows in your chest, a sword through your fucking stomach, blood for every orifice. Help me! Please help me, I'm dying! I need your GP's name and a postcode, please. No, you don't understand him! I've been stabbed, I'm dying! I need a GP's name. I can't help you, sir. Please step behind the line. Don't touch the box. Don't swear at me, sir. I need a postcode or I can't help. PA5937! That's not a real postcode, sir. Just sit in the blue seats. Someone will see you between now and Christmas, okay? Just sit over there. Please don't die in my waiting room. Just, if you're going to die, crawl into the street, okay? Please die out there. Now, I don't know if they have a meeting. I don't know if they get together in the morning. Today's word, gonorrhea. And if you say that, you're fast-tracked. Because I'm not even at the fucking box. I'm walking up to the box, right, going, excuse me here, I don't want to waste your time, but I think I'm blind in one. Go through! Go through there, you one-eyed bastard! Don't touch the box! Get through there, Cyclops! Fucking get in there! You riddled me! Get through! The door, a consultant comes out, Mr. Gibson. This never happens. This speed, I'm going, am I the millionth customer or something? What is this? I thought he's going to put a rosette in me, pose for a photo, big man. I'm dying! Shut the fuck up and pose for a photo. Took me into the consultancy room, right? What's the problem, Mr. Gibson? I says, doctor, I think I'm having a migraine. I've had 2 pints of water. You might want to contact Guinness World Records with this. I've been quite sleepy. £20 dances in Blackpool, and Mr. McGill's drivers. He says, look, let's send you for a scan. Let's send you for a quick scan, right? Takes me in another room, does a quick scan in my head, sticks me back in the consultancy room, right? Now, I'm sitting in there thinking I've got a migraine, right? The 2 consultants have got a picture of my brain up on the light box, right? And these 2 geniuses, these 2 fuck nuggets, they think it's my sinuses, right? There is a shadow, big shadow right at the front of my brain, and there's a shadow right at the back. and they think it's sinuses. They are genuinely sending me home with paracetamol. That's what's happening, right? Now, at that exact moment, for reasons still to this day, no one knows, a surgeon passes by the consultancy room. He does not work in this hospital. He is not training in this hospital. He has no meaning, no purpose for being in this hospital. But if he does not pass at that time, I'm sent home with painkillers. And I don't know what would have happened. He's coming back in to tell me it's sinuses, and he's sending me home. This surgeon comes back, and he's cool as fuck, right? He sees these two diddies standing at the light box. And he just walks past them. That boy's got an aneurysm, and just keeps walking. Like, whoa, 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 what? Whoa, come back! Come back! What? What? Come back! He comes out into the room, right, and there's a gap in the door, right, and I can see him through the gap, and he's standing, and I remember vividly, this doctor walking up to the door and stopping, and then fixing his jacket, and I thought, it's bad news. It's bad news. If it was good news, he'd just steam in, right? But it's bad news. He's made himself presentable. And we don't want to admit it to ourselves, but that's a huge part of a doctor's job, is to deliver bad news. And they must practice it. They must. That's not on-job learning. That's sitting at home with your partner going, right, you go in the living room, right? I'm going to come in and I'm going to tell you your husband's dead, right, okay? I'm going to try something new and I just want you to tell me what you think, right? Well, I'll put the coat on, right, you ready? Right. You ready? Right, okay. You can do this, okay. Okay, Billy, you can do this, okay. Here we go. Mrs. McGregor, your husband's dead. No, lose the hand. I thought the hand was, no, just keeps it light. No, lose the hand. All right. So he comes in, right? He says, Mr. Gibson, like, doctor, tell me straight, I'm a big man. Is that a migraine? He says, it's not a migraine. I says, is it some kind of super migraine? He says, it's a bit more serious than a migraine. He says, you've had a brain hemorrhage and we've detected an aneurysm. The aneurysm has burst, which has caused the hemorrhage. Now, there's been a large deposit of blood at the front of your brain on Monday morning. And over the course of the week, because it's gone untreated, the blood has now moved to the back of your brain and it's putting pressure on your retina on the right side. That's why you've gone blind in your right eye. Our biggest concern at this point is the volume of blood and the speed at which it's moving. The blood should continue to circulate around your brain, but for reasons unknown at this point, it's moving down your throat into your gullet. From the initial swabs we've done, we can detect the start of the blood in your throat, and our concern is just now that if it moves with the speed it's continuing at, you could drown in your own blood. We need to move you very quickly to the head of neurology for Europe. Now, when you get that information, you take none of it in, right? None of it. You're not sitting going, nothing, right? The whole time he's talking, I'm looking at his pocket going, why has he got a pink highlighter? Pen, pencil, a pink highlighter. That's no professional. Why has he got, what was that? The only bit I heard was head of neurology for Europe. That's the only bit I heard. Head of neurology for Europe. And I thought, I'm going on holiday. I'm getting a fucking holiday on this. Don't pack a bag, we'll buy clothes when we get there. Head of neurology for Europe. Paris, Berlin, Tokyo. I know Tokyo's not in Europe. I was under a lot of stress back then. I says, doctor, where is the head of neurology for Europe? And he said, Govan. Now, if anyone ever says, we need to send you to Govan to save your life, go home. Go home. Watch YouTube. Get a brain surgery video up. Sharpen a bread knife. Take a punt yourself. Then he said, we need to send you in a fast ambulance. A fast ambulance? Is there a slow ambulance? Are you even a real doctor? What is this? Now, If you read any newspaper, right, especially right now, any newspaper, watch any news programme, they will try and make you believe the NHS is fucked in this country, and it's bullshit, right? The NHS is a well-oiled machine. When it has to move, it moves very quickly, right? They will make you believe that we need to privatise it because people with money understand things better. Bullshit. The NHS is a well-oiled machine. Now, we've heard stories, my grandpa was left and he's in pish for 3 days. Well, go home then! Fucking go home! Get up and fuck off! But she said no to move. She didn't say piss yourself for 3 days. You old cunt. Fucking get up and fuck off. A well-oiled machine. Well-oiled machine. In the space of half an hour, right, I'm in Govan. I am in Ward 67, head of neurology. The guy who was walking past, his name was Mr. St. George, right? He's the head of neurology. And again, we've no understanding why he was there at that time. But he walked past, he saw the scan. Aneurysms is his speciality, that's what he deals with. He spotted it. Now, aneurysms normally sit on the top of your brain, it's like a pimple. But for whatever reason, mine is 1.5 inches deep behind my right ear. So there's no way these consultants would have ever spotted it. No way. And if he's not passing at that exact time, I'm sent home. I got into his ward. I was asked to be transferred there by him into his care, and he was going to perform surgery or look after me. I remember being taken into the room. They took my mum away. They says I had to get me ready to meet the doctor, right? And I thought, well, I'm very presentable as I am. I had jeans and a t-shirt on, right? And I thought that's enough to beat the big man. Apparently not. He has a very specific taste, this doctor. He enjoys knee-high socks and for you to be wearing your arse out at the back of her head. She gave me a gown, right? And she went, one size fits all, big man. And I'd like an apron. I'm wearing this thing going, look at me head. Unless he wants a bit of side boob, you're going to have to get me a bigger apron. I'm lying in my bed, right? And St. George walks in, right? And he's a beautiful big Indian doctor. Big handsome Indian bastard, right? Like a big Bollywood superstar. Beautiful bastard. Thick black hair, big tall fucker. Pristine white shirt. Handsome big Indian doctor. And my gran was still alive back then, right? She's one of these old races. They still exist. I mean, they get weird over certain things. You don't want the Indian doctor. Oh no. Dr. Muhammad? Oh, I don't want him. No. I'll wait 3 months. I don't want him. No. That's the doctor you want. That's the doctor you want. You want the Indian doctor. You want the Indian doctor. You don't want the wee white guy. The wee posh, middle class twat. You don't want him. Mum and dad sold a boat so he could go to St Andrews for 3 years. You don't want him. You want the Indian doctor. I want the guy who studied his way out of poverty. That's who I want. I want a guy who learned Latin because those were the only books that washed up on the beach. That's who I want. I want Slumdog. Send me Slumdog. Now, he's 4th generation from Manchester. I don't like getting called Slumdog, but everybody needs a nickname. He'd freezing cold hands. I was like, oh, touch me, don't touch. He was telling me everything that was going to happen, right? I says, I won't get freaked out or scared as long as you tell me what's going to happen. He says, look, we've got a week long of tests and scans. It'll finish with an MRI on Thursday, and our plan is to operate on Friday. Now, we are concerned with the depth of your aneurysm. I think it's 5 mil, right? Might be 6, but as soon as you go past a certain depth in your brain, your chances of further stroke or injury are dramatically increased. So they had a whole load of scans and tests to pinpoint exactly what it was so they wouldn't cause too much damage, right? And you get used to hospital very quickly. If you're really ill, you get used to it quite quickly, right? You get used to people coming in the room all the time. They would usually come in and they would take blood every day, right? And I hate needles, man. I hate getting blood taken. She'd come in every morning and she'd grab my arm, pull it out of bed. I'm here to take blood, sir. I don't like needles. I don't give a fuck what you like, sir. I'm here to take blood, okay? And she used to throw it like a dart as well, to be extra terrifying, right? See the first time she went, just move your face away. Now, is that so I don't see the needle going in? Just in case I hit your chin, so just kind of... Once a woman came for the bottom of the bed, right, which fucking scared the shit out of me. Because you're already coming in for the side, but she came for the bush, she's like, hello, I went, fucking hell! Hello, you Scott? Well, yes! I'm here to shave one of your balls. I'm sorry! What? Not even shaving both your balls. Pick a ball. I'm here to shave one of your balls. It's like, why? Covers off. Just pop the ball out. Pop. Swish, swish. Gone. The ball was never referenced. No one spoke of the ball the rest of the week. I never once went for a scan. That's us finished. Could you just remove your shaved head? Nobody asked about the fucking ball. I don't even know if she worked in the hospital, if I'm being honest with you. She had a bomber jacket and a farm foods bag. What's your granny doing? She's at the hospital shaving balls again. Keeps her off the street. It does, she's very lonely since John died. Very lonely. Everything was building to this MRI, right? Everything was building to this MRI. And if anyone's ever been for an MRI scan, it's horrible. It's a horrible experience. They will tell you things like, what kind of music do you like? What kind of music do you like? They can play music. You can listen to music when you're in the machine. Do you like music? Radio, they can play radio. They don't play the music. Maybe at the demonstration, when they were selling these fucking machines, some guy with a banjo blasting it going, does that play music? Oh, fuck enough 10 of them then. Fuck it, aye. It's never played music. You always get there and they go, oh, the speakers are broken. Oh, sorry. I get taken down, they had to move me to a special bed, right, because I had to get strapped in. Now, here was me thinking, I'm a normal sized human, apparently I'm fucking Gulliver's Travels. I had my shoulders strapped so I could fit in this machine, right? I'm lying in this bed at the foot of this machine, and she says, I'll be back to get you in 45 minutes, okay? Now, the next voice you'll hear is the man who controls it. He's through the wall, all right? And he'll talk you through it, okay? All right, bye-bye. Now, I thought I'm getting a calming voice, a reassuring voice. This guy came over the tannoy. Oh, you're a big boy, aren't you? My arsehole has just fucking... I'm strapped to this thing, can't move. I think I'm being offered to this guy. That's what I think's happened. I think they've gone through my charts going, no, he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. It's just such a shame. What to do? We can't keep killing him on the ward. No. Okay, right. Shave his ball. Send him to the MRI. Let him. I don't know what he does when he turns him into glue or something. Just send him down there. And then he went, I need to come in there. No, you don't. I need to come in there. Let's see if I can squeeze you into this machine. I can't move my head, right? I've got a big strap. I remember a strap on my forehead, and I'm trying to turn my head like that so I could see him. The door opened, right, and I could only see him for the waist down, and it's fucking terrifying. His stomach was hanging out the bottom of his scrubs. He had Crocs, right, with white socks on. I thought, oh my God. He hasn't even going to spit in my arse. He's just going to fire it straight in there. Proper dry ride, man, like really painful. Running his hand up my leg, I was like, please don't cut my face, please don't cut my face, please. Look at the shiny ball, look at the shiny ball. Just force me in this machine, right? 45 minutes I'm in for, no music, just him talking to me, going, nearly there. Oh, don't move. Nearly there. Oh. Pesto. I went back to that ward, broken, right? Because no one would believe you. How was your MRI? My bum's really sore. Your bum is a scan of your brain, but it's so silly. Nobody would believe you. I went back in that room, and they came in one at a time, the consultancy team, to speak to me. Because I was going for surgery first thing on Friday morning, right? And they had everything they needed. And they make you sign a form, right? To say that, and they make your next of kin sign it as well. And my mum signed it a wee bit too quick, if I'm being honest with you. They make you sign a form if you're going for major surgery, right? Which basically says, if you die during surgery, it's your fault. For being a shit patient and being too fat and too stupid to survive. You sign this, you're a fat dick. And you sign it, and then your mother signs it, and then they leave, right? And my anaesthetist came in, she went, do you want a sleeping tablet? I says, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm going to be all right. She went, look, if I don't give you a sleeping tablet just now, I can't give you anything because from midnight it's measured. And I went, no, I'm okay. I'm all right. And I was fine. I was okay. I was fine till about 11 o'clock, right? And then when the hospital quietens down, if you've ever spent time in a hospital, there's a time at night where it just becomes very quiet and you're aware at that point that you're in a hospital. And it's quite a lonely place to be, especially if you're facing surgery the next day. Now, I'll be honest, I never thought I was going to die, right? I convinced myself that the worst thing that would happen was I'd maybe have a stroke or I'd lose speech. But at that time, I was 24, right? This is just before my 25th birthday, and I thought, I'm young enough to work back from that. And when I was lying there, all I kept thinking was, if I die tomorrow, what a complete waste of a life this has been. And it's not for want of opportunity. People with less opportunity have done more in their life than me. At that point, at 24, I'd never travelled, hadn't been anywhere. I hadn't seen anything. I was in a job that I hated. I had 2 failed relationships. For whatever reason, I knew I was unhappy, but I was doing nothing about it. And I thought, if I die tomorrow, what a fucking waste of a life. I struggled through the night. 7 o'clock, the team came in. The anaesthetist came up. My mum was there. She gave me a tablet. She says, take that. It's going to knock you out before you go into theatre. Because sometimes when people go to theatre, they get freaked out a wee bit. I will spend the rest of my life searching for this tablet. I remember I took it, I turned to my mum and I said, ha, gone. Nothing. Ha, darkness. I'm glad that wasn't the last thing I says to my mum. Do you know what I mean? What did he say? He says, ha. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I think it's Gaelic for I love you, mum. I think it's Gaelic. I'm going to get it tattooed. It's 6 H's and a U. Ha. It's beautiful, isn't it? I was in theatre for 7.5 hours, right? A long shift. And the thing is, the higher up the food chain you go in a hospital, the less customer service skills they have, right? Because they're no public facing. So, a surgeon, top of the tree, right? And my mum sat outside theatre for 7.5 hours. And the surgeon came out after 6 and he went, Mrs. Gibson, your son's doing very well. All the signs are looking good. He's going to be fine. He could have left it there. He could have left it there and walked away. He might even have won an award, Customer Service Person of the Month. But because he's a surgeon and he doesn't deal with civilians, he doesn't know what he's doing. He says, Mrs. Gibson, your son's doing very well. Signs are looking good. He's going to be fine. Would you like to see a bit of his brain? And my mum just collapsed, right? Just collapsed. I'd like to think it was me. I'd go, yes, please. Yes, I would. Bring it out like a big jelly. Oh, eh? Touch any farts. Touch it. Touch any farts. Oh, it was a smelly one. Oh! 7.5 hours, right? I went back to a ward. I thought I was dead when I first woke up. They told me I'd gone into isolation for 24 hours because I had open surgery, right? But apparently I reacted so well to the tests when I woke up in theatre that they put me back in a ward. So when I first woke up, right, I'm in a new bed, all tucked in tight, and I thought, fuck, I'm dead, in Govan, haunting people with my arse. This is horrible, right? And I heard people's voices coming in. And I knew it was alright, I knew I'd survived, right? And I'd done well, they were very happy with me, I had no real major injury. You're prone to seizures after you have different work done, but other than that I was fine. I still had full movement, cognitive thought, speech, I was alright. But I'm now in a ward, right? I'm now in a recovery ward. And I'm in a ward with 2 other guys, right, who have both gone through the same thing I have, but they are very different levels of being fucked. It's like some raggy doll unit that I'm in now, right? The guy across from me, we called him Skittles. He had an aneurysm right in the middle of his head, so they had to cut him down the middle, right? And he's really in a bad way. He'd lost all movement, arms and legs, speech, everything. But all they could say was Skittles, right? Over and over. And not like the Skittles, he would just scream, Skittles! 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 From 8 in the morning till he goes to sleep. Skittles! Skittles! They're feeding them Weetabix, right? In between, boom, Skittles! I'm going, somebody get my bag of Skittles for fuck's sake! He just wants to taste the rainbow! It's terrifying to think that your mind can shut down, but your brain will retain one word. that you should, because I know mine would be black cock. I know it would be. Just from my previous search engines alone, I'd be sitting going, blow that cock, blow that cock. That's what I'd be doing. This is Skittles, man. The boy to my left, right, sex tube Jimmy. Now, Jimmy was a weird guy. Nurses are obsessed by piss. I have no idea how this started. Obsessed by piss. I don't know if it's a practical joke they play on us. Obsessed by it. I am out of theatre an hour, right? 7.5 hours of a surgery. 1 hour I'm out of theatre. This nurse comes up to me. Scott, yes. How are you feeling? Not very good. Oh, son. Have you been for a pee yet? What? Have you been for a pee yet? No. Oh. Well, if you don't do a pee in an hour, I'm going to stick a tube in your belly. What? If you don't do a pee in an hour, I'm going to stick a tube in your belly. Why? Shut up now, 58 minutes. I don't want a tube in my belly. In hospital life or private life, I struggle with a wee finger up the arse. I don't want a tube. What? Is that a chair leg? I don't like it. Jimmy, on the other hand, is desperate for the tube. Jimmy brought a tube for home. That's how much Jimmy wants the tube. I've never been so desperate for a piss. I'm standing screaming, how much do you need? Is a dribble enough? Why are you doing this? Jimmy, 2 hours has passed. Jimmy's not even attempting it. I said, Jimmy, just my piss, just splash it on your cellmate, we'll never know. She just needs to smell it, it deters her. Honestly, this went on for so long, right? Eventually they put the tube in Jimmy. Jimmy pulled the tube out. They put the tube in. Jimmy pulled the tube out. Now this was getting so bad, they had to call the matron in, right? Now I know they don't call them matrons anymore, they call them cows, the big cow came in. She says, Jimmy, if you pull that out one more time, I will stitch it in. Now, a sound came out of Jimmy's body that was not of this planet. It was like every bone in his body was breaking, his soul was escaping from his body. He's like, ah! This is exactly what he wanted to happen. I don't know what sexual journey he's been on in his life, that he needs a plastic tube stitched into his dick in order to get turned on, but I wanted to study that man. We could have learned so much from him. Jimmy was a weird guy, man. Hospitals are strange places, right? You get used to it as quick as you can, and because your job's to be ill. That's it, your job's to be a patient. You lie there going, oh no, bring me things. And people turn up and go, would you like some Lucozade? No. Grapes? No. That's all I have. I'm so sorry. Every hospital, right, and every ward has one beautiful nurse. One beautiful nurse. She's not medically trained. She's a placebo for men. She passes around the beds, occasionally touching your foot, and you go, oh my God. When I get out of here, I'm going to find you on Facebook. This is going to be wonderful. My nurse was called Debbie. She was from Dublin. She was gorgeous. Beautiful. I had an end for Debbie. I had a kill for Debbie. I remember walking towards me one day and I wasn't meant to move in my bed, right? I was bedridden. And I remember swinging my legs round to sit up to show her that I was alive. To show her that there was fight in me, right? And she's walking towards me and she went, how you doing, Scott? Oh my God! Now, if someone screams, oh my God, for no reason, your first thought is, there's a bee. It's the only explanation. It's the only way that's acceptable. How you doing, mate? Fuck a bee! That's the only way that's acceptable. I'm sitting going, why is there a bee in hospital? Who let a bee in here? I need to keep my heart rate down. I've survived 7.5 hours of surgery. A bee could fucking kill me here. There's no bee. There's no bee. A pillow is stuck to my head. That is it. That does not warrant that level of reaction. It's a fucking pillow stuck to my head. I have got bags of blood, right, sitting at the top of the bed frame. 2 tubes feeding fresh blood into my brain. I need to keep clean blood in my brain for 48 hours, right? Passing around my brain. Now, I've moved in the middle of the night. Tubes came loose. bit of blood's congealed, pillow stuck. Investigation over. Send Poirot home. Case is closed. I've solved it. And then she went, we need to get that off. Yes, you do, Debbie. I'm not going to be the fucking pillow guy the rest of my life. Why's that guy got a pillow? And he said, do you not know about him? Such a shame for that boy. He survived 7 hours of brain surgery, right? And then a mystical bee stung him, and the pillow was frozen to his head for all of eternity. He must find the queen, bargain with her, learn her ways, and one day the spell will be broken. She leaned in, right, and she went, it's all crusty at the back. I might need to spit on it. What? Where the fuck did you go to medical school? Spit on it! And she kept going, 1, 2, oh, this is going to hurt. It's not going to hurt you, hen! You'll not feel a thing, Debbie! She was generally causing so much of a commotion. The matron did come over, right? Now, she's old school. She never asked what was happening. She can assess the situation. Right? She's like Predator. She knows what's going on. She walked up, pushed her out of the way, put her hand on the back of the pillow and started to push my head down towards her groin, right? And I thought, is she going to steam this off? She clamped my head between her knees, right? I never got 1, 2, 3, brace yourself. She just ripped this fucking pillow off my head, right? And I did like a wee... I never even got like rubbed. Well done, big brave boy, well done. No. And then she said, while you're down here. While I'm down here, while you're down here. Let's get these tubes out your head. And I thought, no. She grabbed the base of these 2 tubes and just pulled them right out the back of my head. Now there was no pain whatsoever, but I could feel the tip of the tube dragging inside my brain and it was coming out, and I thought, you dirty bastard, man. She pushed me back into my bed and went, Mr. Gibson, you are disgusting. I beg your pardon! You're filthy. Filthy. Have you been for a shower? I went, I've been through enough this morning, thank you very much. I will not have dirty men in my ward, Mr. Gibson. I will not have dirty men. I'm going to get 2 nurses and they're going to take you for a shower. And I thought, 2 nurses. Finally, the respect I deserve in this place. I thought, I'm going to get 2 scantily clad nurses, right? Like I said, I'm an 80s baby. I grew up with topless darts, 10-minute preview, red shoe diaries. This is what I was expecting. I thought they're going to say, that boy has been through enough. Give him a treat. No treats for me. I've got fucking Pauline Quirk and Rodney Trotter taking. Now, I didn't ask enough questions during consultancy, right? I didn't ask enough questions. Every day, St George comes round, he stands at the bottom of the bed, he's got Deputy 1, Deputy 2, ball bag 1, 2, 3, ball bag 1, 2, 3. Ball bags are the newbies, they ask stupid questions, St George has a laugh, and then they fuck off, right? Every day. But at the end, he'll always say, any questions from the patient? And you need to ask something. You need to ask something. Doesn't matter what it is, right? Ask something. And I only asked the same thing every day. And it annoyed him. Every day I'd ask the same thing. Any questions from the patient? Just one doctor. Will I speak French? What? I watched a documentary, doctor, right? And there was a guy in Basra and he got hit in the neck with a bit of shrapnel and he went in a coma, but when he woke up, he could only speak French, but he was from Manchester, so his wife left him and now he lives in Toulouse on a truffling farm. And I don't want to live in Toulouse. Up his morphine. Have you shaved his ball yet? Shave his ball. So because I never asked enough questions about surgery, I didn't know what happened, right? I thought they'd bring you in a bed and they go, magical voodoo powers, fixed, right? What happens is they make an incision down your hairline. Now, I've known the hairline since 1996, but they cut down the side of your ear so that they can peel the skin back in your cheek, right? And because they have to basically access your eye socket as well, what they do is they cut the muscle in your jaw, so your jaw fully drops, and then they make an incision in your skull and they do what they need to do, right? And because I never knew that about the jaw thing, my speech is coming out all funny, right? Now my monologue's still working, I think I'm having a conversation with people, but it's coming out all weird. When I say to her, I don't want to go for a shower, she's ignoring me because she can't hear what I'm saying, because it's coming out all funny. It's like, Pauline Clark, the big one, right, just lifted me straight out of bed, didn't even brace herself, just fucking out like it was a loaf of bread, no movement at all. Dumped me, right? There was something quite comforting about being a fully grown man, picked up quite easily. Dumped me in bed. Now, I've just woke up, I've seen Debbie, right? I've had quite an eventful morning. Men's bodies work differently than women. We take a wee bit of time in the morning to get going. Sometimes parts of our bodies are more awake than others. I'm trying to cover this thing, right, with the gown, because I'm thinking I'd rather the blood was up here than down there, but I'm trying to hide this. And the biggie's going, it's alright son, we've seen it all before. Pushing me into this shower, right? Now, I'll be honest, it'd been a while since I felt the touch of a woman. I'll be honest with you. Even a 56-year-old auxiliary nurse for Govan. Deep, confident massaging, down the leg, up the thigh. I'm covered in suds, right? My paper pants are gone by this point. I don't even know why they give you paper pants. My hard-ons woke up and went, what the fuck is this? Come on, nothing straight through. It's like that bit in Gladiators when they bust through the paper at the end going, fucking have some of this. Come on! What are we dealing with here, right? We've worked with us, let's do this! The biggie's getting fired in, I'm like, try to cover it, it's alright son, we've seen worse. Just fucking nudging it with the elbow, and it's like, I need a pee, man. I need a pee. I need a morning piss. A morning piss mixed with a hard-on is a lethal combination. You could take chewing gum off with this thing. There's like 300 PSI in this. And it's going to go off. I'm trying to let out one last scream. It went, man, right through the studs like a fucking laser. Took a roof tile out. The big tall one shot it. She thought it was stigmata or something. The power of Christ compels you! She's gone, leaving the door open. Fatty's pinned against the wall at this point. Piss laser, the lob's dying a wee bit, starting to move down the wall. Pushing her hair back, the piss is getting her mouth. I'm trying to turn myself on to bring the dick back up again, going, try to poke the arse, can I get the hand in? Just cut her in half, man. Piss all down her. Suddenly for then, I can shower by myself for some reason. Because nurses talk to you, don't go in there with him, he's weird, man. Fucking piff in the leather plate. Something's wrong, it's a shame, something's wrong with that boy. I was in hospital for 3 weeks. That was it. 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks of my life, which changed me completely. It's not a long period of time. I was ill on the Monday, I went to hospital the Friday, I had the operation the following Friday, and the Friday after that, I got let home. The recovery took about 10 weeks in total to get back to work. And in that time, when you go through something as traumatic as that, you don't experience it at the time. You think that you've been lucky, you think you've got better, and you move on. It is years down the line, you'll be sitting yourself, you'll be doing something, it won't even be in your thought, and all of a sudden it will hit you of what you've been through. Because life is tough, right? Life is shit, and we all try our best to make life a little bit more happy. And for whatever reason, we become Americanized in a way. I mean, we look for things that aren't there, or messages to touch our lives which don't exist. Sometimes you find people who go through a traumatic experience and they go mental. They go and become a complete idiot. It hasn't changed me at all. It's changed my life, but it's not changed me as a person. I'm still the same. I'm quite moody, I'm grumpy, I'm not a very good fiancé. I like to be by myself sometimes, but you can't change as a person. We've all met someone who'll come into work, listen ladies, I'm wondering if you can sponsor me. Do you remember on Sunday, remember that big wind? Remember it was windy? Well, I was out the back cleaning up wee John's toys and the wheelie bin blew and it took me right off my feet. And my life flashed before my eyes. I thought, you know what, life is too short, so I'm going to trek the Great Wall of China to raise money for blind dolphins. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going, here's 50 pence, now fuck off. Don't take things in your life and apply it the wrong way, right? Yes, I went through something very traumatic, But you have to accept it for what it is at a time in your life, and it pushed me on to do something that I wanted to do in my life. Because that's really what you need to do. You need to find something that makes you happy and do it as often as you can. I don't mean you all go and quit your job tomorrow. I don't mean that you run away. I mean find something that makes you happy and do it as often as you can. Doesn't need to be big. My mum loves colouring in. Fucking loves colouring in. You go in her house, go, what are you doing? Just colouring in. I fucking love colouring in. I love it. We all thought she was mad. She just loves colouring in. Find something that makes you happy and do it, right? For years I wanted to do this. For years I wanted to do stand-up comedy. From the age of 18, I knew I wanted to do it. And fear stopped me. I allowed fear to stop me doing things in my life. It stopped me speaking to people. It stopped me doing things in my life. And it stopped me doing this. And when I got ill and I recovered, I thought life is too short. Do something that makes you happy. 2010, 10th of November 2010, I did my very first ever stand-up gig in Maggie Mays in Glasgow. And then in October of 2012, I left my full-time job to go into stand-up. And years ago, when I was 19, I used to sit up in that mezzanine and watch people on this stage and dream of doing comedy. And you have to sometimes go through something in life that's really shit to make you think, do you know what? It's time to do something good. Find something in your life that makes you happy and do it as often as you can. The fact that I'm here, we've sold out in Glasgow, and you're listening to the show, it's been an absolute honour to talk to you for an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Scott Gibson. Thank you very much.